All right, sixth grade, our objective today is to continue reviewing for the cumulative exam. I have your exam tentatively scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. That could shift to Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll see. Like I told you yesterday, after the cumulative exam, we're going to vote on a concept to spend the last week of school on. Okay? Hey, hands. Sixth grade. The last day or two of school, we'll kind of relax and watch a movie and hang out. But I do want to just choose one more concept to teach you guys. I'm not sure yet if I'll quiz you on it. I want to see how that goes. Okay? It could be an extra credit opportunity. We'll see. Okay? Sean, thank you for raising your hand. Adam. I think I might do that, yeah. Matt. It's on my list. Emma. All right. Let's start with going over our warm-up. Okay? So warm up here, you guys had the first four were using the proportion method of percents that we did review a little bit yesterday. The bottom part were exponents. Okay, so Donatus, number one on the warm up at the top, what did you get? Good, $43.04. Mary, number two. Did you put the tip and sales tax together or separate? Hold on. You got to raise your hands, guys. Was it separate or together? You should put it together. Okay, tell me again what you got. You're fine. If you kept them separate, did you get $35.05?
Yeah, I got $34.65.
No, Briar, when you put them together, that's what you get. So if you had 35, I will not take off for it. It depends who's explaining this to you, and it depends how a store or how a restaurant calculates it. But typically, your tip is going to go on the original bill, not with the tax. Okay, number three, Zach, what'd you get? $7? No, because you need to find the original. So I think you might have put your sale price in the wrong spot. Alyssa? Good, $21.58. Alyssa, tell me how you set your proportion up. Good job. So the discount price was 40% off. You subtract that from 100%. The sale price was $12.95. So you need to find the original. So basically, what was the retail price? Okay, number four, Jeremy. Wholesale. Wholesale should be less than retail. So no. Wholesale price is what the store pays for it. So like American Eagle, if they're buying something, they're going to go to a warehouse and they're going to buy something for wholesale price. Nope, because it gives you retail. So you're looking for the wholesale if they give you retail. You interpret it wrong. Okay. Justin, what'd you get? Good, should be $21. All right, exponents. Matt, number one. Good. I'm coming back to questions. Emma H, number two on the exponents. Good. Doug, number three on the exponents. Y to the third, 2x to the fourth? Okay, good. Annalise, number four. Good. 1n or just n. Charles, number five. Good job. Number four, Adam. I mean, number six is what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Say that again. Good. Not sure why I said. Number seven, Briar. Briar, you should have. You had lots of time. Briar, make sure before you do anything else, you finish your warm-up. Sean, number seven. Should be 2n to the 8th. Number 8, Zach. Good job. All right, so now questions. Emma H. Number 4, you define the wholesale. So it should be $47.25 over X equals 225 over 100. And if that doesn't make sense, tell me. Annalise.
On number 3 and 4, I got them wrong because I had X on the top, but I didn't get
Original, which is wholesale, is always on the bottom.
like the sale price.
They give you the sale price in number 3, and they tell you what the discount was, so you need to find the retail price, which is the original. They give you the discount. Yeah, that was the discount. Discount goes with sale price. If you were to take 40% off of a sale price, what's that going to be called? Like, it's already a sale price. Try to think of it that way. So they're going to give you the sale price. The discount's going to go with it. Okay? And the same deal goes with number 4, but they give you the retail and the markup. So the markup goes with the retail because it was marked up. So you're trying to find out what the original price was. Okay, Doug? Yep. Anything to the 0 is 1. Matt? Okay. So basically, Matt, if it's a discount, you do 100% minus the discount. If it's a markup, you do 100% plus the markup. If it's sales tax and tip, you do, okay. So if it's a discount, you minus it. If it's a markup, you add it. Okay, Alyssa? Are you talking about number 3 on the exponents? Why is the 2 on the bottom, you're asking? All right, let me go over that. Number 3 on the exponents. So it's 2x to the 4th, y to the negative 3rd, all to the negative 1st, okay? This 2 really has a 1 above it. So the first thing you do is distribute this exponent to every single term. So 2 to the negative 1st, x to the negative 4th, y to the positive 3rd. Then you move the negative exponents to the bottom. So those 2 get moved to the bottom. That's a common mistake. I would make sure, Alyssa, anything that doesn't have an exponent, put a 1 by it so you don't forget about it. Okay. Annalise? Number 2, yes. Yeah. Yep. Anyone else on the warm-up? Okay, let's go to the cumulative review number 150. If you were not here yesterday and you did not watch the recording, I would go on there and watch. We went over all the other ones. We also talked through some formulas as a review. So it was a pretty short video since part of the class was dedicated to wedding pictures. Okay, so we're on number 150 on the review. I'm going to read through most of these just so I can leave enough time for questions. If you don't have your review with you, you're going to have to make sure you watch the video at home and check the ones that you haven't checked yet. All right, 150 is yes. 151 is no. 152, x-intercept 30, y-intercept is 06. 153, x-intercept is negative 80, y-intercept is 04. 154, x-intercept is 70, y-intercept is 0, negative 2. Questions on this page? Emma. No, because that's not correct. They're not asking you for an equation. They're asking you for an intercept. If you tell me x equals 4, that means it's a vertical line, Emma. So don't give it to me like that. Write them as ordered pairs. If it's an x-intercept, y is 0. If it's a y-intercept, x is 0. Okay? Annalise? Yeah, don't do that. I'll just repeat myself again. Don't do that. Write them as ordered pairs. Okay, 155, m equals 1/5. 156, m equals negative 1/2. 157, m equals 6/5. 158, y equals 15x minus 3. 159, y equals negative 11x plus 7. Questions on that part? Annalise? No, because slope is in front of x. Slope is m. Yes. Just have the number. Slope is just m. Melissa? Yeah, that's fine. The only problem is you really don't know what the b value is, but if you made one up, that's fine. Anyone else? Okay, next part. 160 is m equals negative 3/4. 161 is 0. 162 is undefined. If 0's in the denominator, it's impossible. You can't do it. So don't leave the slope as 12/0. You will lose points. Okay, if 0's in the bottom, you can't, go walking for 12 miles in 0 amount of time. Okay, it's impossible. You can't make 12 homemade erasers in 0 amount of time. It's impossible. Charles made an eraser. That's what made me think of that. Okay, if 0's in the bottom, it's an undefined slope. Charles. Okay, don't do that on the test. That is pretty amusing, but don't do that on the test. All right. Okay, good. 163. These ones are a little tricky, so watch carefully. M is negative 2/7. B is 24. Therefore, the equation is y equals negative 2/7 x plus 24. 164. M is 6/7. That's completely simplified. B is 11. Therefore, the equation is y equals 6/7x plus 11. 165 is definitely tricky. M is negative 8/7, simplified. B is negative 16. Therefore, the equation is y equals negative 8/7 x minus 16. Well, the only reason I say they're tricky is I hope that you use the slope formula to find slope and you didn't count. So as long as you used these two ordered pairs to find m, you're fine. They are easy. But if you didn't do that and you tried to count, you probably got these all wrong. I could be wrong. Questions on those three? Okay, 166. The slope is 7/6. The equation is y equals negative 6/7x plus 4. Annalise. For your slope, did you use these 2 points to find slope? So x1, y1, x2, y2. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 2 minus negative 5 is 7. 6 minus 0 is 6. I think so, Charles. Matt? Yes. Because it asks you to write an equation. So I just wanted to explain the slope in case someone didn't get the original slope. No, you don't. The original slope is 7/6, and then when you make it perpendicular, take the opposite reciprocal. Yeah, thank you for asking. Okay, next one. A lot of you guys left this next one blank. Anyone have the answer for 167? Emma M, what do you think? Good job. Y equals negative 3/8x minus 7. Awesome. Mary. Good. Very good. Annalise. That's not right. I don't know what to say besides that's not right. So basically, Annalise, you have a point going through the origin, okay? Correct. And then here's the other ordered pair, okay? So when you find slope, when you do negative 3/2 minus 0, you get negative 3/2. When you do 4 minus 0, you get 4. So now your slope is -3/2 over 4. So you need to do keep, change, flip to find the slope because you're dividing fractions. So -3/2 times flip 4 to be 1/4. Multiply across the top, across the bottom, you get -3/8. Hold on, Doug. So then that's fine. If you use your calculator and take -1.5 divided by 4, math, frac, enter, enter, you'll still get -3/8. So whether you're doing it by hand or using your calculator, you get the exact same thing. Okay? Doug? The 4 is not what? No, it's not, Doug. So you're doing -3/2 divided by 4. That's what this problem says. Okay? Matt? Yes, that's correct. That's what I was trying to tell Annalise. And then math, frac, enter, enter. Yeah, if you don't want to do it by hand, I think by hand's quicker. You can definitely do it on the calculator. Yeah, thank you. All right, 118 or 168. Oh wait, it's sitting here. 168 is a horizontal line going through 4. 169 is a vertical line going through 5. Those are easy. Sorry, yes, that one was -4. Thank you, Adam. All right, 170. Y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Start at 2, go up 1/2, up 1/2. 171. I gotta look at mine. Start at 5, go down 6 to the right 1. Down 6 to the right 1. 172. The answer is 1, -2. 173. The answer is infinite solutions. Mary. Yes. Yes. Emma. That's okay. That's okay. If you did not do that, what I want you to do is add on your paper the answers I have up there. And I want you to remember, if you're graphing 2 lines, yes, on the test there will be instructions, but you're finding the solution. If you're graphing 2 things, you always want to look for the answer. Okay, so I would still make sure that you put something there. While I'm still on this page, questions, comments on how to graph? Okay, 174 and 175, did you guys color? Okay, 174 is a dashed line, color below. 175 is a solid line, color above. Questions on that one? Oh yeah, very much so. Yeah, yeah, very much so. Okay, 176, dashed line, color above. 177, dashed line, color above. 178, 7 square root of 6. 179, 4x to the 5th square root of 3. 180, 3 square root of 3 over 10. 181, 5t. Oh, that's not right. Square root of 3 over 7 square root of 2. Why am I telling you that's not right? Sean, why is that? Why did I mess up? Zach, do you know? Jeremy, gotta raise your hand. Briar, what'd you say, Zach? No? Emma H? Yeah, you can't have a square root in the denominator, so you should have taken and multiplied both sides by square root of 2. So it's 5t square root of 6 over square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, which is 2. So 7 times 2 is 14. Mary. That's technically not a concept in your book, so I'm not sure. I wouldn't mark, I'll put it this way, Mary, I would not mark the whole thing wrong. I might just take off half a point because that was something additional that I did with you guys. Annalise? Well, that's a rule of exponent. When you divide same base, always subtract exponents. This has like 3 different concepts mushed together, Annalise. You're simplifying fractions, you're simplifying exponents, and you're simplifying radicals. So there's like 3 different chapters merged into one problem on 181. Alyssa, we could. Yes, I probably would take off a point. Because if the directions tell you to simplify it completely, that means everything has to be reduced. Anyone else? Okay, I'm going to stop there today. So tomorrow I'm going to pick up with 182. So here's what I want you to do. Some of you guys said you need more help with probability with P's and C's. So I want your homework tonight to be to kind of revisit those concepts. We're going to have a discussion about that after the warm-up tomorrow. Besides probability, what else do you want me to focus on tomorrow? Doug? Okay. What else do you want me to focus on tomorrow, Charles? Well, I have a game, but what else do you want me to focus on, Jeremy?
That square root stuff.
Simplifying radicals or the special right triangles? That's chapter 7 is percents. Okay, your homework is figure out what you're talking about.
The sphere.
That has nothing to do with square roots. Okay, so that has nothing to do with square. So surface area and volume. Okay, got it. So formulas. You okay? Are you gonna sneeze? Okay. So surface. I gotta write this stuff down. Give me your pencil, please. Okay, so surface area, volume, probability. What else? Annalise. Okay, we did that a little bit yesterday. Matt? Okay, what else? Justin? So the properties, okay. So like POM, snake, POA. What else? Charles? Alyssa? Okay, P versus C. Briar? Types of numbers?
Linear, radical.
Oh, no, those won't be on there. There will be a bonus. That could be fair game for a bonus, but no. Okay, Jeremy? Not right this second. Doug? In a minute. That's your homework tonight, so figure it out. Doug, that's your homework tonight. That's your homework tonight. All right, listen, one more time. Hold on, I have an announcement. I am moving the test to Tuesday. Okay, listen, shh, here's why. 6th grade, quit talking. The test is Tuesday instead of Monday. The reason is tomorrow, I just want to have a discussion during class. I want to go through the concepts you just yelled out. Your homework tonight is to make sure the review's done, revisit some things that you aren't sure of. So in other words, start studying. Okay, I can only do so much in class. You need to make sure you're starting to study so you can bring questions in for me tomorrow. Monday will be a review game. Tuesday and Wednesday will be the test, and then on to either graphing parabolas or imaginary numbers. Okay, Jeremy, you can write on the board. Have a good day. Mary. I have to start taking them down. I have to start packing